I never imagined a single day could make me question everything I believed about my family. And yet, here I was, 5 minutes before my son's wedding, standing behind a closed door and hearing words that froze me in my tracks. "I'll divorce him right after," she whispered. My heart stopped. My breath caught. My mind screamed for me to do something, anything, but my body refused to move. 5 minutes before a wedding, and my world had just tilted on its axis. I leaned against the wall, my palm pressed to my mouth, trying to steady the rapid pounding of my heart. Who says that? Who confesses something like that in such a cruel, casual way? I knew my son trusted her. He believed in her love, and here she was, betraying him before the ceremony had even started. The wedding hall was alive with laughter and chatter. Guests were arriving, oblivious to the storm about to hit. From my hidden spot behind the hallway's arch, I could see the elegant floral decorations, the shimmering lights, and my son, smiling, happy, completely unaware. I swallowed hard. I wanted to run. I wanted to grab my son and tell him to stop, to look closely at her, to see the truth I had just overheard. But a part of me hesitated. What if I misunderstood? What if my fear had twisted her words into something far worse than they really were? The soft click of heels against the polished floor made me flinch. She was coming closer. My pulse raced. Every instinct screamed that I needed to confront her. But what would I say? "I know your plan to leave my son after the wedding?" Wouldn't that just confirm her plan in her mind? Or worse, alert her that I knew? I took a slow, trembling breath, trying to steady myself. I reminded myself that this was my son's day, his happiness. I had no right to ruin it based on a whisper, a half-heard confession. Yet, the words burned in my mind like fire. "I'll divorce him right after." I couldn't focus on anything else. The decorations, the guests, the excited chatter, they all blurred into insignificance. My mind replayed her words again and again, as if looping in slow motion. I knew her motives mattered. Why would someone go to the effort of marrying someone they planned to abandon immediately? Was it money, status, or some cruel desire to hurt my son? I had raised him to be kind, trusting, and honest. He had always believed in the best in people, and now I feared that trust would be shattered in minutes. The hall door opened again, and a gust of air carried the scent of fresh flowers and perfume. She walked past, confident, smiling, speaking softly to a relative. I had a clear view now. Her elegance, her carefully applied makeup, the calm in her movements, not a trace of guilt. Not a single hint that she had just revealed a life-altering secret to me. I had to act, but how? There were guests, family, and my son, blissfully unaware. One wrong step, one misjudged word, and the wedding could turn into chaos. I could imagine it. The whispers, the questions, the humiliation, but leaving her unchecked felt impossible. I could not let this continue. Then I remembered the words my mother had told me long ago. Sometimes the hardest decisions are the ones that protect those you love the most. I swallowed again, my throat dry. I had to confront her, but quietly, without making a scene. I needed the truth, and I needed it before vows were exchanged. I waited until she paused near a small seating area, adjusting her gown. Heart hammering, I stepped lightly, careful not to make a sound. "Excuse me," I said, my voice low but steady. She turned, eyes bright, smiling politely. "Oh, hello. Are you family?" I nodded, forcing calm into my tone. "Yes, we need to talk privately." Her smile faltered slightly, just for a moment. Perhaps she sensed the tension in my voice. "Of course," she said softly, stepping toward the hallway. I motioned for her to continue a few steps away from curious eyes. Once we were hidden behind the arch, I looked at her squarely. "I heard you," I whispered. Her eyes widened ever so slightly. "Heard me? What do you mean?" I took a deep breath, keeping my voice calm but firm. "The words you just said, about divorcing my son after the wedding. Is that true?" For a moment, there was silence. The sound of the wedding hall faded into background noise. I could see her collect herself, carefully maintaining a neutral expression. "I don't know what you're talking about," she said smoothly. My stomach dropped. Of course, she wouldn't admit it so openly. She would deny it. That was what people like her always did. But I wasn't done. "Don't lie to me. I know what you said. My son trusts you, but I can't let this happen without knowing the truth." Her lips pressed into a thin line. Her eyes flickered, just for a moment, revealing something I couldn't quite read. Anger, fear, relief. It was over in a heartbeat, and then her smile returned. "I think you've misunderstood," she said, her voice calm, almost rehearsed. I felt a surge of frustration. Misunderstood? The words had been clear. Every syllable had reached me. "I didn't misunderstand," I said. "I heard you. Tell me now, before it's too late, what are your intentions?" She looked away, glancing toward the hall. "You don't need to worry about it," she said softly. "Everything will be fine. Just trust me." I wanted to believe her. I wanted to breathe, to let go, but my instincts screamed danger. Something about her calmness didn't feel right. It was a warning, a signal that whatever she had planned, it was calculated. I clenched my fists. The clock was ticking. 5 minutes. That was all the time I had. 5 minutes before vows. 5 minutes before my son's life was changed forever. I knew then that I had to make a decision. Confront her here, risk a scene, and possibly ruin the wedding, or watch silently and hope my son's instincts could save him from heartbreak. The weight of the choice pressed down on me. And then I remembered something else. The lessons I had learned from life's hardest moments. Courage wasn't the absence of fear. It was acting in spite of it. I straightened my back. "I need you to be honest with me," I said, my voice firmer this time. Her eyes met mine again, and in that fleeting glance, I thought I saw the tiniest flicker of panic. Maybe she knew she had been caught. Maybe she hadn't expected anyone to overhear. The seconds stretched. The air felt heavy with tension. Guests continued to laugh in the hall, completely unaware of the private storm unfolding just steps away. And then she smiled. That same practiced, perfect smile. "I'm ready," she said softly. "Let's go. It's time." I froze. Ready? Ready for what? For the wedding? Or for the betrayal? And in that instant, I realized the next few minutes would define everything. My son's happiness, my family's trust, and the truth that no one else could see but me.